I figured the Condrimal must have flushed the pot roast right through his system or something like that, so I asked him what he wanted. "Oh, okay, would you like more of what we had for supper?" He wrinkled up his nose and smiled. "Can I please have some peanut butter on toast?" Yeah sure, if you think that won't upset your tummy," I said. Damien poked at his stomach and sang, "Peanut butter on toast will be yummy in my tummy." I made it up as quickly as I could. I knew it wouldn't be long before the second dose of Condrimal began to work its magic, and I wanted to be there when it did. "You want to eat it in there?" I asked. "I can have it in here," he asked, obviously knowing that his grandparents wouldn't have agreed. I carried the toast into him on a paper towel, but I tied a kitchen towel around his neck and laid Anther over his lap. He gobbled it down in record time and began to drink from his bottle of chocolate soda. I noticed that he had his bottle over half gone already and asked, "More chocolate soda?" with a big peanut butter grin as he held out the bottle. When I returned, Damien had once again vanished. "Yoo-hoo, Damien. Where are you?" I sang out, and when he didn't respond, I went looking for him. It didn't take long to find him. I reached the midway point of the steps and heard him crying again. He was standing in the middle of the upstairs hallways with his back to me. There was no missing the fact that the back of his pajamas were turning brown and the mess had made its way down his legs. There were several spots of poop on the carpet as well. Damien had an expression of grief on his face as tears began to roll down his cheeks as he murmured some self-hating words to himself. I took the opportunity to begin phase 2 of my plan. "Damien? Not again. That was your last pair of underwear." Damien ran to the bathroom and I followed after him. He had his face hidden in the corner of the wall beside the towel bar. I tried to get up to go, but it came out too fast, he cried. "Well, I think maybe we need to do something different to deal with this problem," I said. He turned and I saw that once again, his face was tear-streaked and he looked so desperate for some affectionate reassuring. I took a gamble and said, "I think I am going to call your grandma and grandpa." And Damien reacted exactly the way I hoped he would. He rushed forward, wrapped his arms around me and pleaded, "Please don't call, please, please, please." He had gone completely hysterical at even the idea that I might tell someone else that he was pooping his pants. I reassured him that I wouldn't call them and that I would think of something. This time, after I had sprayed the poop off of him, I had him sit down in the tub to soak while I went to clean up the mess he had left in the hallway. I also found 3 spots on the steps and 1 in the living room, so by the time I returned, he was nicely pruned and had settled down a lot. "Okay, little man," I began. I called a lady. Damien's face became horror-filled, so I had to reassure him by saying, "Relax, she isn't going to tell anyone. I promise." I then continued to say, "She has a son that has a problem kind of like what you're having, and she brought us over something to help until your tummy is feeling better." "Medicine?" he asked. "No, not medicine, but you won't have to worry about messing in your clothes anymore." Something in the water caught my eye and I saw a jet of yellow streaming from between Damien's legs and then become lost in the bathwater. "Did you just pee?" I asked. He flushed pink again and quickly shut off the stream. "Damien, you shouldn't pee in your bathwater. Now you are sitting in pee water," I said sternly. He got all upset and said, "Please don't be mad. I am sorry. Come on. Let's get you out of that tub and into something that will help you a lot more than just those bad underwear." I had done 3 things while I had left him soaking. I had cleaned up the spots he'd left on the carpet between the living room and the upstairs hallway, but I had also put his recent pair of soiled underwear and pajamas into the washer, taken the towels out of the dryer and moved the first load of his clothes from the washer to the dryer before tossing in his most recent messed clothing. The last thing I did was take the diaper supplies from my backpack and put them on the bed in his room. So when I carried him in, he saw all of the diapers and diapering products instantly and his entire body went ridged with fright as I had expected him to. I had also expected him to protest, scream, fight against the idea, but I guess I had misjudged just how broken his spirit was after having messed his pants 4 times in such a short amount of time. I laid his stiff body down at the foot of the bed between the oversized tenor diapers, wipes, cream and powder on his left and the new package of diapers on his right side. His feet were hanging over the end of the bed and he was staring directly into my eyes with an almost hypnotic sort of stare. After spreading opening his towel, effectively leaving him lying on his bed fully nude and exposed, I then reached for the diaper cream and started to apply it to his diaper area. When the cool cream came into contact with his skin, he sucked in his breath. "Cold?" I asked, to which he surprised me with a nod of his head. I realized quickly that I couldn't apply the cream to his backside without getting it on the bedspread, so I opened the baby wipes and used one to clean my hands before I tried to open the package of diapers.